What's up guys, I had a request for some of this lapel wrestling. The first thing is why we do this. The main benefit of lapel wrestling is usually you use both of your hands to control your opponent's legs. When you feed the lapel between your opponent's legs and then grab it with the outside hand, it acts like two hands are holding their leg. I now have a free hand to disrupt their posture and their base. So now that their leg is trapped between my arm and their lapel or their belt, I can do whatever I want to finish the takedown. First, I have to make my grip, so whether I grab either side of the belt or either side of the lapel, I pull something free, whatever I can get my hands on, and then I feed it between their legs and behind, and I make my grip. Once I make my grip, I straighten my arm, I lock my elbow out, and it makes it really tight, and now his leg is controlled. So whenever I'm in the gi and I pick up a single leg, immediately I grab whatever I can in front. I pick the leg up really high, squeeze it with my thighs, I feed something between the legs and I grab it with the outside arm and I flex my arm and straighten it. Now that I have tension, I make a supporting grip on the lapel and I place my own head on my hand and I'm going to turn into a unicorn here momentarily. I'm living out my fantasy. So once I grab the far lapel, I put my head on my own hand and then we start circling either direction, controlling their posture, lowering it. I personally prefer to circle in front of my partner when I have this grip configuration. One more time for this one, I pick up the single leg, I feed the lapel or the belt under his leg, I make my grip. I make a grip on the far lapel. Now that I've freed up one of my hands, I turn myself into a unicorn, and then I circle in front of my partner, dropping my level to finish. The most common defensive reaction I see is people taking their leg and pummeling it to the outside of my thigh. So as we pick up the single, they take their leg and then they put their shin on the outside of your thigh. When my opponent does this to try to create space, as I pick the single leg up and feed under and they pummel to the outside, what I like to do is do this little hip toss Horaigoshi setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of my grips and pull so that our hips touch each other. So I pull to step in and then I just do a little hip toss. You can either do the hip toss variation or the kicking variation. So again, my partner takes his shin to the outside. I still have the lapel fed under the leg. I still have the collar. I can either circle and bring him down or pull our hips together till they connect and then go for our little hip toss here. So again, once I make both of my grips, I'm going to take my hands and pull to the side and then pull my hips into my hands. Pull to the side, hips into hands, and now there's our easy throw. I have 4 setups for this lapel wrestling. One is just this little outside single, and then again, we're following all the same steps as earlier. 2 is I'm shin to shin with my partner, and I sit up and I feed the lapel under the leg. I grab the cross lapel, so I already have my 2 grips, and I'm going to place their hands on the mat by kicking and pulling them diagonally forwards, and then I'm just going to wrestle up once they're off balance. Now again, we finish the exact same way as I said earlier. We either circle or we hit them with our little hip toss. From De La Hiva, all we have to do is stomp on the far leg and feed the lapel under, and then we're standing up and we're finishing same way. Lastly, from bottom half guard, if you ever win the underhook battle, you can just reach under their thigh and then feed the lapel through, and then wrestle up from there. Again, for all of these, I finish the exact same way. The lapel's under the leg, I grab the cross collar, we circle to finish, or we hit them with our hip toss. Again guys, this was a request video. Till next time, let's get it.